Hey, good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday night. I hope you had a great day. And if you were celebrating the Sabbath, I hope you had a relaxing and nice Sabbath today. And if tomorrow is your day of rest, I hope you enjoy that as well. Tonight, I wanted to come on and talk to you about a lesson that I've talked about a lot about the power of the why. That anytime that we want to make a change in our life, it's always got to be about having a strong why in our life, right? If your why is not strong enough, nothing is ever going to stick, right? That, we can talk about willpower, and a lot of times people think that success is based on willpower, especially when it comes to weight loss. But the bottom line is, it's really all about that why power. It's about, your why, what you want, knowing what you want, and that why power being strong enough. Because if it's not strong enough, then you are relying on willpower, and willpower every single time, whatever it is, that willpower is going to die and the opposite is going to win. And so I wanted to tell you this. We're in the middle of this with our son, who has a very strong why right now. And it's really actually quite comical to watch the whole scenario. And we were actually discussing this tonight because I talk about why power with my kids a lot, right? That they have to know why they want something. And if they really want it that badly, then they're going to make it happen, no matter what it is. So as you guys know, if you've been following me at all, my kids for the last 2 weeks have been volunteering at Premier Pet Supply. They've done it twice now. They go for every Thursday in September. So they're going to do it 4 times or 5 times. I don't know how many Thursdays are in September so they're volunteering. Hey, Gail. They're volunteering each week at the pet store. So this past week was their second time volunteering. And my kids all love animals. They come by it very naturally. I'm an animal lover. We have in the house, we have 2 dogs, we have a cat, we have 3 guinea pigs, we have a newt. And we've for several summers hatched ducklings. We used to have 2 cats, one, and I'm a huge animal lover, and so my kids totally come by this naturally. And they also know that most likely if they ask for some sort of animal, I'm usually going to say no because I'm pretty much a sucker. We also used to have turtles, but a friend of ours adopted them from us when we thought we were moving. Right, so we've had everything. So my son came to me after the second time of volunteering, and he came home and he said, "Mommy, I really, really, really want a bearded dragon." And which, for those of you who don't know, it's a large lizard. And but they had baby bearded dragons that are like yay long, at the pet store, and he got to hold them, and he was feeding them, and he was doing whatever he was doing with them. And they also have some really big ones. And when a bearded dragon is full size, it's somewhere between 18 and 24 inches long. And he came home and he said, "Mommy, I really want a bearded dragon. Well, can I get a bearded dragon?" And I looked at him and I was like, "What?" Right? Where is this coming from? Knowing, full well that they had been in the pet store. And he said, "They're so, whatever." He was telling me all this stuff. He had been asking all kinds of questions. He was learning all about them there because that's how he is. He likes to learn all about them. And I said, I got to think about it. I said, I'm not giving you an answer right now when he first started saying this. So this was Thursday. On Thursday night, he went to bed, and I got online and I started researching them, right? Because before I'm going to give an answer, a yes or a no, I'm going to do some research. I want to learn about it. I want to learn what I'm saying yes or no to. And so I started researching them, and they actually turns out that they're really good pets. And I know those of you who were watching this, if you have a bearded dragon, if you know anybody that has one, I would love any information that I can possibly get on them. And so, of course, Friday morning, he gets up and he said, "Mommy, can I get a bearded dragon? Can I get a bearded dragon?" And I said, "Here's what I'm going to tell you, buddy." I said, "My answer is not no, but my answer is not yes." I said, "We're going to do some research on it. We're going to learn about it. We're going to find out if that's the right pet for our family, as another pet for our family." I said, "But the other thing that I need you to do," I said, "before I give an answer, yes or no, is I said, you have to prove to me that you can take care of this." I said, "We have 2 dogs. We have 3 guinea pigs. We have a newt. We have, right? We have a cat." I said, "To add another creature to this house that I don't want to be responsible for taking care of yet another creature." I said, "So you have to show me that you're going to be able to take care of it." Of course, at 8, almost 9, "I can take care of it. I can take care of it. If I can clean its cage, I can," right? We've all heard it all. I know when it comes down to it, who is the one who's going to be taking care of it? Me. And the truth is, I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with that because my kids actually do help a lot with the animals, especially, the guinea pigs. I clean their cage, but they feed them and they take care of them. And they're actually really good about it. The dogs, they feed them. And they will actually clean up the backyard for the dogs. And I am a big, big, big advocate for having pets and teaching kids responsibility for having those pets. So I said to him, I said, I'm willing to think about it. I'm willing to consider it. I said, but we got to do our research. We got to learn about it. We've got to find out, really decide if this is the right thing for us. And my one downfall with it is that they have to eat live crickets, and maybe mealworms. So I have to find out if they always have to have the crickets or not, because as a kid, I had a frog that you had to feed live crickets to, and I couldn't keep it in my room because the crickets would chirp at night. And that was my big downfall. Not about feeding them the crickets. I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. But the chirping crickets does bother me. And having chirping crickets in his room would bother me, right? So I said, we have to do some research and make sure that it's the right thing. But I said, before I will even consider it, you have to prove to me that you can take care of this. And he said, okay, whatever you say. So we came up with a list of all the things that he has to do in order to prove to me that he can do this. He has to clean up his room and keep his room clean. He has to daven nicely in the mornings without argument. He has to do his homework every day and put it away without an argument, right? He has to act nicely and not respond if he doesn't like something with a screaming response, right? He has to talk. And the truth is, after I gave him this list of things that he had to do, oh my gosh, immediately, boom, those things have all been happening. I woke up this morning because I said to him last night, why a bearded dragon? He saw them at the pet store and he really likes them. Amy, I'm not sure why. I mean, they're actually supposed to be really good pets, and as lizards, they become very social, and they like to hang out with their owner, like they let the owner hold them. He has a newt, and the newt couldn't care less whether he picks them up or he doesn't pick them up. But bearded dragons get to know their owner. And they're supposed to be great. They're supposed to be amazingly great pets. What the guy at the pet store yesterday when I was there getting hay for our guinea pigs said to me, because I was asking him about them, and he said that a bearded dragon is sort of like the guinea pig of the reptile world. That they're just if you're going to get a lizard of some sort, that it is actually the best lizard to get as a pet. But I gave him all this list of things to do, right? And he just was on it. He was doing all these things, no arguments. I woke last night when he went to bed, I looked around his room and I was like, oh my gosh, Elliot, your room is a pit. I said, you have got to clean this up tomorrow. I said, you got to prove to me. And I said, and this doesn't mean picking up everything from your floor and shoving it into your built-ins and shoving it into your closet, because as an 8-year-old boy, that's what he tends to do. And this morning, I came downstairs. They had all gone to synagogue with Micha, and I came downstairs. And I went into his room for something, and I looked around, and I was like, oh my goodness, he cleaned this up this morning. And I looked in his closet, and he hadn't just shoved everything in his closet. And I looked in his built-ins, and he hadn't just shoved everything in his built-ins. And I was blown away. His room was not totally spotless, but it was pretty darn clean, especially compared to what it was last night when he went to bed. And when they came home, I said something to him. I said, wow, I said, your room looks great. I said, where did everything go? And he said, I put the Legos in the Lego bin and the cars in the car bin. Like, he had really actually done it this morning and taken care of it. And when he went to bed tonight, it was still cleaned up, which was amazing, right? And all day long, anything that we asked him to do, he jumped and he did. And he really wants a bearded dragon. And so he's really on it. And that why for him is so, so, so strong that he's just doing. This afternoon, one of my girls was acting like a minor lunatic, right, whatever, and wanted me to play with her, and I was doing something else, and I said, ask Elliot. I said, ask Elliot if he'll play with you. And she said, he'll never play with me. And he came over and he said, I'll play with you. What would you like to play? Normally he would have, when she's in the mood like that, would have stayed as far away. But he was trying to do anything he possibly can because his why is so strong. He wants his bearded dragon. He doesn't know he's got 2 books coming to him that'll arrive tomorrow, all about bearded dragons, because I'm going to make him do his research, right? He's got to read about it. He's got to learn how to take care of them and all those things. But that why is so strong that he's going to do anything and everything. So what I told him tonight as he was going to bed, because he was asking me about it, and I said, buddy, I said, we've been really impressed with everything you've done today. I said, but whenever it is you earn this, I said, it doesn't mean that these things can stop, right? So we're going to make up a chart. I told him, I said, we're going to make up a chart. We couldn't do it today because it was Shabbat. We're going to make up a chart of all the things that have to happen, not only to get this bearded dragon, but to be able to keep this bearded dragon, right? We're not going to keep a pet that, you're going to slide back and not take care of your stuff. But it's so amazing because when our why is strong, no matter what it is, we all of a sudden flip into what we need to do. Right? And I actually said to my daughter, who is begging for a phone, Emma is begging for a phone, and she's begging to get contacts. She wants both of those things. And I told her, for both of those things, she has to earn them. She has to prove to me. And so today, when he was doing all this, and she made a comment, and I said, you know what? I said, clearly your why for those two things that you want isn't strong enough because you're not doing the things you need to do. So hopefully she's going to learn from this and either find a stronger why, or she's, or she's not going to earn them. Right? But that's how it is for all of us. When we want to achieve something in our life, when we want something badly enough, when our why is strong enough, we go for it and nothing gets in our way, right? Even annoying big sisters who are acting like lunatics don't pull us aside, right? That why, when it's strong enough, and this goes for anything, when that why is strong enough, we can achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve. But we also have to remember, just like I told him, that once we get that, it doesn't mean that we can slide back into old bad habits. Because if we slide back into old bad habits, all the things from the way we were before we achieved that come back, and usually they come back worse, right? And I know this from getting healthy, right? When I have a client, hey Shira, when I have a client also, right, that has a very strong why as to why they want to get healthy, my program, when somebody's looking to get healthy, right, I can guarantee you success, right? I can guarantee that if you follow the program and eat what I tell you to eat, the weight is going to come off. You are going to lose that weight. The program is based in science. There's no question in that, right? But the way you're going to keep that weight off is the key. So we're going to set up a structure for him. I already told him that he and I would sit down and we were going to make a chart of all the things that have to happen, not only for him to earn it, but for him to be able to keep it, because that's what's so important. And teaching our kids this young, right? My wireless went wanky. He will absolutely earn it. He will for sure, no doubt in my mind, will he earn this, right? But setting him up for success and to learn this lesson now, that not only does our why have to be strong enough to get it, but our why has to be able to be strong enough to maintain or to continue to grow, because maintenance, there is no such thing as maintaining. Either you're growing in something or you're backtracking, right? And so my hope is that, I can help him learn this lesson at age, almost 9, that yes, you can work for something and get it, but in order to keep what you want, you can't stop what you're doing that helps you earn it, right? This is going to be a great lesson for him. This is going to be a great lesson for my girls. This is a great lesson for all of us, because this is about everything in our lives. Whatever it is that you're setting your sights on, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life, I'm here to tell you, you can get it. You can have it. Your why just has to be strong enough. And you have to be willing to put in the work for it. And when you get it, you can't stop. Because if you stop, that's when we lose what we've worked for. So I hope you have a wonderful night. Let's cheer on my son that he's going to get this bearded dragon, right? Like I said, I have no doubt that he's going to earn this. I don't know how long I'm going to make him do this. He asked me tonight. He said, Mommy, do I have to do this stuff for a week, for 2 weeks? How long? And I said, I don't know. I said, your birthday is your birthday is in November. So maybe until your birthday. I don't know. I haven't decided. The truth is, one of the pet stores has the whole setup on sale right now. So before the sale is over, assuming that he is working well towards it, I will probably go buy the setup and put it away. But I don't know how long I'm going to make him wait. We'll see how he does. And that the truth is, if he is really rock solid on and really doing this, I may not make him wait as long. If he starts to slip up, then I might make him wait longer. I don't know. We'll see. It's all up in the air. But the key is that his why is strong, and we can all do it. If our why is strong enough for whatever we want to achieve, we can all do it. We can all get there. So I hope you have a great night before I lose my internet again, because sometimes when it starts doing that, it gets wacky. So hopefully, before I lose my internet again, I'm going to sign off and say goodnight, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Make sure your why is really, really, really strong if you're trying to achieve something. Have a great night. Bye.